In our last exercise, we created a volume surface. We saw rainbow colors, but we really weren't sure what those colors were. And besides just being able to control elevations, what we're going to do in this exercise, we're going to see how many different ways we can analyze a surface. So let's go ahead to our exercise and see some of the different ways we can analyze our surface model. Now, throughout this exercise, we're going to focus and use a volume surface, but know that the tools that we're looking at for analyzing a surface, all these different tools are available for any surface model that we create in Civil 3D. So I'm going to go ahead and select my surface. Using the contextual ribbon this time, instead of Prospector, I'm going to go to Surface Properties. Within my surface properties, there is a tab called Analysis. And in the Analysis tab, there's quite a few different ways or types of analysis that we can do. We can create an analysis showing the different directions of our different triangle slopes. We can look at the elevations, which we're going to do in a minute. We can see slope direction, so the slope arrows will point in the different directions. We can even create user-defined contours. User-defined contours are a very powerful way to create a contour for our water surface elevation. Our 100-year water surface elevation for our pond is always some arbitrary elevation. It's never a round number. But we could create a user-defined contour at that elevation, and our model will draw that contour for us. Let's go back to elevations. So our elevations, what we're going to do is we're going to create a range of different elevation shadings. They're going to be a range interval of every foot. It's going to start, in this case, because it's a volume surface, at 0. That means anything above 0 is going to be a different range color than anything below 0. And then we simply run the analysis. When we run the analysis, our elevations show up, all the different ranges that we're dealing with, from the minimum elevation all the way up to the maximum. And you see the different range colors from the fill, or above 0, is a different range color of anything below 0. The color scheme is built into the style. So different styles, we have different color schemes: land, blues, greens, reds, and so forth. But at any point, you can change those colors simply by clicking within our analysis. And we can change that color to something a little bit bolder if we wanted to. We can even set true color so that it prints color at the time of printing. So we're going to go ahead and use all of that. We click OK, and now we see our colors adjust. And it's a little bit easier now to clearly see all of the different ranges of elevations. This is the greatest amount of fill. This is the greatest amount of cut. And every color range is a foot. A lot clearer than dealing with a grid layout of the different intervals that we may be dealing with and trying to read those labels. These shades, this elevation banding, provides a lot of information. We still might want some tabular information though. So I'll go ahead and select my surface again. We're going to add a legend. The legends, notice all the different table types, they perfectly match the different analysis types that are available for our surfaces. So we're going to choose a table for elevations. That's dynamic. And we'll place it just to the right. And we'll put it on a layer here that we can see the colors. And there's your information. So based, of course, again on the table style for the elevations table, will make a difference on what information is shown. But see how well it's broken down. We have 2D area for each level elevation. Again, a very powerful way to help us analyze earthworks in this case. So a lot of different ways to take advantage of the analysis tools. Elevations is very powerful for earthworks. Slope arrows, great way to help us understand the watersheds. User-defined contours really help us a lot of times establish those 100-year water surface elevations that we might have for our ponds. So although, again, we use this for earthworks, analysis, elevations, for a volume surface, take advantage of the analysis tools to fully accomplish your design, whether we are using a volume surface or just a regular surface.